Hello and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
I'm Dr. Lindsay Regier.
And welcome. Every week on So Fired, we take life's shitty things and reframe them into pretty things.
And we share all of our issues because we have a lot of them. And we laugh a lot along the way.
Great. Well, this week's no exception. So, Lindsay, what's your So Fired of the week?
Well, what are we talking about today?
Change and Q1 updates.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So fired moment. This entire ski season, I have been trying to top out on my max speed. I want to get to 40 miles per hour, and I was always getting to 39.9. So this last week, I went snowboarding, and you guys, I got to 49.9 miles per hour.
Way to do it. Congratulations.
Woo! This is actually like the real so fired part about it was that I was thinking I was going to really notice that I was going a lot faster,
Good call.
and I didn't even notice. It didn't even like seem scarier. It didn't even seem like I was out of control or anything. It just kind of snuck up on me, and I was so focused on going so fast all the other times. This time I was just like cruising right along.
Nice.
I just went with the flow. It was so easy and it felt really comfortable and great. So I think really like the so fired moment is just, like don't be forcing all the things. Just let it flow and let it go, and it will happen.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so my So Fired of the week. I'm taking stock of my new Instagram life. I have 13.7 thousand followers.
By the time you hear this, let's just say 14.7.
Okay, that's a fair thing.
Yeah.
So I am taking stock in the landscape. I'm stopping and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, wow, I can't believe I'm here. This feels a little different than I expected because according to Instagram analytics, as of right now, I have 96.7 men, percentage of men. So I have to say, I feel like I'm one bad reel away from getting gang raped. I just want to welcome my followers, say thank you, and please be kind. I'm doing my best, and let's work together on this. I'll give you what you want, but
Make sure that you slap so fired on something and be like, must follow so fired or else the content is stopping.
Yeah, no, I am. So I'm juggling it. I'm learning, but I'm so appreciative, and it's hard to believe I'm here. And similar to like you're so fired, I thought it would feel like something.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would look different.
Yep.
I didn't anticipate having an all male audience.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. We definitely have different crowds. I'm like 85% ladies. Or
Did
it's
you
not 90.
Did you think it would be in that?
No, I totally thought you would have ladies.
Yeah, I thought.
Because it's fashion.
Yeah.
So yeah, didn't see that one coming.
No, I did not. So just be gentle.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
You have an issue?
boy, do I ever. I do have an issue.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I'm fired up.
You tell me.
Oof. So, I'm trying to live life to the fullest, make things happen, and just be present and just go after the things I want. Something as simple as making new friends,
Mm-hmm.
right? I reached out to a friend of mine. So the text said, hey, would you like to walk our respective dogs at the same place at the same time?
And don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. Would you like to walk respective dogs at the same time in the same location?
Yeah.
It was received with the affirmative.
And this was sent to a male.
Yes, this was sent to a male.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'm looking for male companionships, similar interests.
Yeah.
So this was the response.
So you went on the walk.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not telling.
And then you walked around the park for about 50 minutes.
Yes.
And then you parted ways.
Yes. Like all walks do, they came to an end.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, I received this text. Hey, I forgot to text you yesterday. Sorry, I didn't. I don't think I was feeling a connection when we met up the other day, at least romantically. You're attractive, and from what I can tell, a good person. So my feelings are no means a reflection on you. I'd still like to remain friends if possible, but if you're not interested, I understand. Wait, what? Like I'm getting.
And then you said, I thought we were just walking dogs.
I did say that.
And he's like, oh, then I'm done. Dog, ignore me.
Okay. So like I'm getting rejected. Even I'm like, hey, do you want to like grab coffee? And like, in what way does this sound like it? Like I'm just saying, like it's a Saturday at 11. Like what's the big fucking deal? Like so I can never reach out to a dude and be like, do you want to just hang?
Yeah, because it kind of like sounds like a date
To whom?
to them.
To them.
Yeah. Because it's like you've never hung out before. So when it's saying, hey, do you want to go walk our dogs around the park? They will get it twisted. And
They did get it twisted.
Yep.
My first, the very first thing I said, and I thought that
I think that maybe he thought that you're being funny. Like, oh, don't get it twisted.
I literally meant don't get it twisted. People, please understand that I mean my words
Yep.
to the best of my ability in a very like on the spectrum kind of way. Don't get this twisted. All I'm saying is dog walking at the same time. This person didn't bring their dog, and I respect that. But I was like, what's happening? And technically this person didn't show up on time, which no, whatever. And I take responsibility. I did push it back to about 11:30. I was running late. So maybe they thought that that was justified.
Yeah.
But I knew they were there because I saw them out of the corner of my eye.
Oh.
Now, here's where it gets a little awkward. Are you allowed to dish on air when you know they're a listener? I'm technically not saying anything. I don't have an opinion. The only opinion I have is, why did you feel compelled to reject me after we walked my dogs?
I wasn't looking for rejection.
And I was just to be like, yo, like, why say anything?
Yeah. Or just say like, hey, that was fun.
Okay, well, that's this week's issue. What about you? Do you have an issue?
Yeah, I have an issue. So 99.9% of my patients are amazing. I love them. They brighten up my day. We have good convo, good chat. As they would say on Love Island UK, that was a good chat. But I have this one patient, and he's so whiny and complaining. And he's like, I'm just getting old. Like, oh, that's sore. Like, oh, man, like, that hurts. Like, oh, I'm just, like, getting so old.
Do I know this person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything, I'm like, I'm getting old and everything hurts. I'm like, do I need to explain the law of attraction to you? Like, the more that you are saying that I'm old, everything hurts, I'm breaking down, the more old and hurt and broken down you're getting.
Mhm.
Like, your thoughts cause your actions cause your habits cause your personality is your reality. So,
Oh, damn.
like, yeah.
That's like, what's her name? Jonah's wife, who's like, potato's gonna potate, haters gonna hate. You know that one?
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's so brilliant. I'm like, who just comes up with that? And you
Yeah.
just said what?
I said your thoughts leads to actions, your actions leads to habits, your habits leads to your personality, and your personality is your reality.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Drop that shit. Don't drop this mic because it took us a very long time to set up. You don't even know. Check our story.
So, be careful what you think and what you say to yourself.
No shit, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, just like, do you hear yourself right now?
Actually, you know what? I really wish they would consider that when talking to others because you're kind of dumping that on me.
Uh-huh.
Do you not hear yourself that like you're kind of contaminating my thoughts right now?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want me to wish you to not be here.
Exactly.
But if this is not pleasant,
Like, you're pleasant most of the time, but then you say these things and then you wonder why it's not getting better. I'm like, well, you don't think it's going to get better, so it's not going to get better.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
there we go.
Yeah.
Let it all hang out today.
I guess we have issue with dudes today.
I was just going to say that. I was literally going to say, oh, you know why?
Because it's International Women's Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're like thought for thought today. We
Yeah,
are
we are.
vibing.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Let's just keep going.
Let's keep going. Well, it's pretty much on to Q1.
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
Do you remember when it was New Year's?
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? Let's just take Q1 off.
Yeah.
Let's reassess.
let's assess the situation at the end of Q1. I think we'll have our shit together by then.
You told me you would. And I was like, what? That's crazy.
But here we are.
Do we have our shit together?
It's definitely much better than it
is.
was in January.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Okay, so tell me why.
because I literally don't remember January. That's one reason why.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened that month.
You know what we did? My birthday.
Yep, we did.
We went out a couple of times. No, we didn't go in January.
No, it went out in February.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Yeah.
So what else?
So, okay. So Q1, yeah, I'm like,
It was a blur.
it was a blur.
It was kind of like a mulligan month.
Yeah.
I could use it on the back end.
Exactly. But like business wise, like my business, there's like new staff in, new staff out. There's new energy in the office. And I'm really loving the new vibe
Great.
and like fresh blood.
Yeah. You know what? You need that.
And like there's nothing like feeling old when like your coworkers are now like 10 years younger than you. I'm like, damn, how did that happen?
I know.
Wow.
I know this.
Yeah.
I know this. Like luckily you don't make me feel 10 years older.
No. And it's
We're
kind of
close. It still feels close.
Yeah, we still feel close, but it's kind of crazy because this new evolution of business has really made me realize I love mentoring and I love
Same.
like helping out the newbies and like figuring out a path or like let's bounce ideas off of each other. I feel so fucking smart. Like
I know. And they listen. They take fucking notes and everything. And you're like, the joke's on them. I don't know shit.
Like the other day, one of the practitioners, she came back to my office. She's like, so like, how do you market? And like,
Oh.
how do you network? Like,
You've
how
been
do you get
waiting for
patients?
this a long time.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm like, sit down. Let's chat about it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, so I connected her with all of these people and on all these group messages. So it's really cool to see that. And I'm like really loving that side of business right now. So that's fun. And then I decided to also add in my side hustle. And it's really taking off.
I'm really impressed. Congratulations. What
thank
is that?
you.
What does that entail?
Okay, so I started selling Isogenics. If you aren't aware of what it is, it's a health and wellness company and it's been around for 20 years. And a year ago, my friend Lauren came into my office and she was saying, hey, I noticed you do community events. You have a fun vibe. Like, let's chat. I'm like, okay. She comes back again. She starts telling me like, oh yeah, so have you heard Isogenics? And I think I rolled my eyes so hard at her. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what you're wasting my time on? But then my ears perked up when she said that she knew Lori Harder. And I was like, oh, do you? Like,
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Actually, I was in the front
Oh,
office.
yeah,
I was there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, this is all like circling back to a year ago. And then like I never did
How
it.
long ago? Exactly.
It was like February.
incredible.
Uh-huh. So yeah, and like a year later, I was like, you know what? Like my shoulder hurts, my chicken wings falling apart, my body hurts. I need to do something for like some more income. And like with all the changes happening in the office, it just finally made sense. And like what I love to do is health and wellness. So it just like makes sense for my own brand. I'm like, well, let me give it a go. I gave it a go. I think I'm about 6 weeks in
Yeah.
and like $1,000 richer. So
That's incredible.
it's really taking off and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it's also something to stretch me out of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
So this is like a whole new way of marketing and networking and like learning a new skill. So I'm having a lot of fun learning something new.
It's fun to watch you take like your reluctancy in the very beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
I was just like, nah.
yeah. And now you're like doing it. And it's again, just like hitting your 49 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a little more seamless and just a little easier.
Totally. And I'm like finding my groove with it and how to say things and how to market things and how to feel like this is actually real and like authentic and not just being like, hey, you want to buy shit? You want to buy something?
Right.
Like this is actually going to help you. So yeah, like I'm finding a lot of fun with that. And I think, you know, I'm always looking for like a community to belong in because I feel like the personal development ones are just not where it's at right now. And I'm like, okay, these are all like boss ladies making a shit ton of money. Like I want to hang out with these ladies and they vacation and they have like nice clothes. They do the Botox, the hair, the style, like everything. I love everything about it.
I
And
know.
I'm like,
I
yes.
know. I'm like, should I do this?
And I'm like, I can talk about my hair extension problems with them because they get it. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
cool.
like, yes, I found my ladies.
Yeah. I like to hang out on the side, like
Yeah.
the sidecar.
Uh-huh.
And here's Chelsea.
Yeah. Here's Chelsea. She's one of us.
Just give her a little time. She'll come around.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so that's been like very exciting. And also like just like the podcast, I feel like we're coming together so seamlessly and things are really popping off and things are really hitting. And having Lindsay on a few weeks ago was just, that was just amazing.
It was hard to believe that we did that in Q1.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. So I'm like, okay, like
Now what?
now what?
I feel that positive energy, that like that driving force. I don't know. I think maybe it first started And simultaneously, it was all in the same week in
Yeah.
February, where my Instagram, particularly that one reel, hit
Mhm.
2 million.
Yep.
And then the followers came that same kind of week. But like, let's see, that the Instagram hit started like Tuesday, Thursday. We recorded with Lindsay on Wednesday. We
Mhm.
got the news about 10,000 downloads in the month of February. I was like, this is literally the best week of my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so like it's so great to have a reason to get out of bed and be
I
like
know.
pumped,
Right?
other than donuts. Because like every morning when I get to eat donuts, I'm like, woo-wee. But I'm trying to cut back on those because if you've seen my reels and my 96% demographic that I need to play. Anyway, so I feel like I might fall in love this year.
I think you might. I think you just might. And that's very exciting because I think your vibe is higher than it's ever been.
I know, right?
Yeah. And I know you like to say, like, I'm so fucked up and I have like too many issues and who's going to love me, but
Because I'm unlovable.
because you're unlovable, but you're not. I think that, you know what? I think having the Instagram success and having that followers has kind of made you be like, whoa, okay, how do I like stay true to myself and keep doing all the fun things that I want to do and post on it and not let these like trolls get me down, because you do need to build up some like self-love and resilience with that. So I think it's actually just a good exercise for you. And you're still vibing so high even when they say the stupidest stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our trolls are so different. We'll have to screenshot it later, but it's like, oh, look at those hamburgers. Look at the hamburger. Look at the
No,
run stumps.
What was another one?
And then it's like, oh, what was the other one?
Something, I don't know. Like, damn, the way you wear a jacket.
Yeah. I mean, like, damn, that's gorgeous jacket.
That
And like,
blazer really suits you. Actually, that's not really a troll comment.
that's not really a troll, but like my comments are like, I'm such a bad baker. And they're like, why don't you try reading the directions?
They are different.
Yeah.
Who knew that you would get ladies and I'd get dudes?
I know.
If anything, I would have thought it was the other way around.
I know, right? You know,
now I gotta wear
yeah.
tight shit.
Yeah. It's just my aloofness that is really drawing them in. Like,
Ladies do love you.
yeah,
They love you.
I know.
Like, ladies love
Ladies
you.
love me.
So one thing, not that you asked me, but I'll bring it back to myself. In terms of my year, I don't know. I don't know if I'm making like, I think those were big accomplishments, right?
Mhm.
I'm taking a little more ownership in my wellness. I'm close to working out 3 hours a day. Full disclosure. But one thing I noticed that I'm pretty proud of is, and feeling confident and no longer feeling guilty about removing my immediate family members out of my life because it was just hurting me more than it was making me feel good. And my decision to do that was reinforced after there was a shooting at your office
Yeah.
and they didn't call me.
Yeah.
Like,
And they knew about it.
like my mom and my brother didn't call me when they knew about the shooting at your office.
Right.
They know that like I'm literally like, you're literally my best friend.
Yeah.
And that we spend a lot
of time in that office
and like together.
together. Yeah.
And like, if nothing else, hey, I heard Lindsay. Like, why wouldn't? So I'm comfortable there. Another thing I did this year, just recently, and you got to witness this. I feel like I've wanted people to listen to me. Like I had something to say. Like, oh, I always thought I was funny, but more importantly, I thought, I don't know, I've got some wisdom. Like you with mentoring, I feel like I've got little nuggets here and there. Anyway, and for the first time, I feel like now with the validation of the Instagram and the podcast and the success that we're experiencing, people now look to me like now they want to hear what I have to say. Particularly last Friday, we celebrated my ex-husband Doug's birthday, his 60th birthday, and it was lovely. There was a food was
great.
The food was fantastic.
It wasn't those little churro balls at the end.
I
Oh my
know.
God, so good.
It was at El Centro, Dave Query joint in Boulder. So shout out Dave Query, and the Red Letter F is the restaurant group. Anyway, so there was a speech portion at the end, or as those things go, where, yay, Doug.
Yay, except for
Okay.
it started off not even a speech about Doug.
I know, it was weird.
It was, yeah.
Okay, so
Interesting.
Doug and I are close enough that I know what he's thinking, even from afar. Like we're just kind of synced in. And I knew he wanted me to say something.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for the last 15 years, all you wanted me to do was stand behind you in your shadows, in the silence, like seen and don't be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want me to stand up there and say something nice?
Mm-hmm.
No. And it took me a lot because I was feeling compelled.
Yeah.
I was drawn, but I was like, you know what? No.
No.
I do have nice things to say about you, but I'm not going to do it just out of obligation when I know that until recently you didn't give a shit what I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
She almost looped me into it too. I was like, I'm not saying anything. Like, what? Thanks for watching Layla. Anytime I ask, like, happy birthday. Thanks for the smoothies.
I did say to Lindsay, I'm like, come on, we should do it together.
I was like, no, you do it. You do it.
And I was like, you know what? No. I chose not to hook up with a family member that they're visiting from out of town.
Oh.
And that feels awkward, but in my heart, it feels like the right decision.
Gotcha. Oh, to not hang out with them.
Complicated, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't them, but it was just like,
they should have respected you when you didn't have all the things.
I do think this
And now it's like, oh, I see just like what's important to you. Like, it's not even now you value me for like what I have, not who I am.
Yeah, you didn't care about me before.
Yeah.
Even like people trying to hang, like dudes trying to hang with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, you know what? I was here before.
Yep.
But
it's like, I was cool before. You just didn't see it. Now you need the validation from
96% other dudes. Like, take a walk. So, yeah. Do I have any other things that for the year? I don't think so.
Well, your ski skills are really picking up. So that's
yeah.
exciting.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is a real gift. That and hiking. But hiking was last year. Skiing's this year. And I got to tell you, it's been a great addition to my life.
Good.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Next year, I hope to be like over the fear of driving. It's not that I don't mind driving there. I am concerned that I will fall asleep on the way back while I'm driving.
She gets real sleepy.
Always get so sleepy. When I go up with Ken, I'm like, nighty night. Oh my God, the most embarrassing thing happened yesterday. Oh my God, it was embarrassing. I don't even know if I want to say it. Like, I might have tooted in my sleep, but I was awake enough that I heard it. And I know that he heard it.
You're like,
and
damn it.
I was like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Ugh, God.
You should get the Icon Pass just to purely take the train up to Winter Park so that you don't have to drive ever.
Does it go every day? Probably
I'm
just
not
weekends.
sure. It might just be weekends. Yeah.
I don't like to ski on the weekends.
I know.
That's for peasants.
I am said peasant now that I'm not going during the week anymore.
But we're almost retired.
Yeah, we are almost retired.
So officially. So yeah, we'll be able to ski on the weekends together.
So maybe I can say by like Q4 of this year, I'm retired.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Just retire my chicken wing. It's broken.
Oh.
It's hard to work with a broken chicken wing.
Lindsay hurt her arm the other day snowboarding.
Yep.
I'd like to say something.
What?
Okay. So fired listeners, this is your friend Chelsea here, and I'd like to tell you a quick story. So, friends, I need your help. Several years ago, nearly 20 years ago, I needed a place to stay. Like, I didn't have anywhere to go. Doug had cheated on me, broke my heart, and I had the courage to leave shortly after I found out. But I didn't have anywhere to go. My family didn't take me in. I had a condo, but I had a renter.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going to kick this renter out because of what happened. So someone out of the kindness of their heart gave me a place to stay. No questions asked. Move in. It's yours for as long as you need it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never forgotten that kindness and the generosity. And it moved me in a way that you'll never forget the kindness of a stranger that just comes into your life when you need it the most. So now I have the opportunity, with your help, to repay back this generosity and this kindness. So, Denver residents, April 4th, question 2.0 that's on the ballot, I'm asking you to vote yes. And here's why. Ready?
Yep. You tell me why.
Okay. So City Park is Denver's largest park.
Yep.
But with this Question 2.0 legislation, not only will you get the fourth largest park in Denver, you will also get affordable housing.
Because they're redoing Park Hill.
That's right. The Park Hill Country Club.
Yeah.
Golf course.
Yeah.
Let's say golf course. So you mean to tell me
we do need affordable housing because I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of homeless people hanging out. And there's also going to be still green space.
Yeah. So the question is, what's the question here? There's literally no question. Question 2.0, April 4th. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because you guys know what? If this person doesn't develop it, someone else will. And they might not take the Denver residents as much into consideration. So just get it done now and we can
let's do this.
Have more housing.
Yeah. I mean, like, how many times do we say, oh, there's a housing crisis. Oh, if only we had affordable housing. So you mean to tell me you get open space, fourth largest park, and affordable housing and grocery stores?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's the question here?
I know.
So please, Denver residents, April 4th, please vote on this. Is this a shameless ask? You may look at it like this, however.
100%, but
no,
please.
But here's what. Here's a so fired moment.
Yeah.
Honest, I have a platform. I have people that are kind and give back every week with their ears. And I'm asking you, I would do this for any of my friends. And so the opportunity to give back and do this is a Denver resident. This is like one of Denver's own and a good person. So let's do good for others by giving them a place to live when they need it. So please vote yes. Question 2.0, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's our Q1 catch-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how are you guys feeling about Q1? Do you feel like you have made any progress in January? Let us know. Send us a DM. And also, please share this episode with your bestie because it really helps us with spreading the word, spreading the message when you share this with your bestie and they subscribe to the podcast. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.